So yesterday we were seeing about the hardware types, hard disk types. One is we have seen HDD as well as we have now seen SSD. HDD is nothing but it is a hard disk drive. Under this there are two types. One is cold HDD, which is an infrequently accessed data. Another one is throughput HDD. Throughput HDD is nothing but the amount of data being transferred per second. Amount of data being transferred per second, it is called throughput HDD. So we came into SSD. SSD, as we know, it is a solid state drive. Obviously, the performance of the SSD will be very high. Also, the cost will be very high and it is reliable. Under this, there are two types. One is general purpose, another one is provisional IOPS. One is general purpose, another one is provisional IOPS. Yesterday, I have said, what is general purpose? If your application is performance is moderate. If your application performance is moderate, you don't have that much of customer spike. You don't have that much of customer spike, or your application will be like performances moderate. So sometimes you might receive a spike. Obviously, most of the times it will be the same performance. At that time, you can choose the general purpose. At that time, you can choose the general purpose. Definitely it will work on. So I will show here. So if I go and search for EBS or volumes, it will show here. See here, this one volume. So I'll directly go for create a volume. I'll directly click on create a volume. See, there are volume types here. See, there are SSD and there is an HDD. As I said, we have general purpose and provisional IOPS. You don't need to worry about this IO1, IO2, GP2, GP3 and all. That is nothing but a version. As of now, I have said under SSD, we have general purpose as well as we have provisional IOPS. Same thing under HDD, we have cold HDD as well as throughput optimized. We have cold HDD as well as throughput optimized. So we have seen this cold HDD, which is nothing but infrequently accessed data will be stored in this cold HDD. Whereas throughput optimized is nothing but like amount of data being transferred per second. Amount of data being transferred per second. For example, if I give here 150, see here, minimum you need to give 125 gigabyte. You need to give 125 gigabyte. Maximum you can even give 16,000 gigabyte. Maximum you can even give 16,000 gigabyte. So maybe I'll give, if we go for general purpose, so what I will do, if I give 1 GB now. So whenever I choose the 1 GB, minimum is 1, maximum is 16,384 GB. Minimum is 1 and maximum is 16,384 GB. See here, maybe I'll show this. So as I said, provisional is nothing but the input output, or I can even say as it is read and write operation. It is even, we can call it as read and write operation, or either I can show input and output, which means the number of input output per second, which means it is nothing but the number of input output operation per seconds. See, throughput is nothing but amount of data, not a number of data. It is something, throughput is the amount of data being transferred. It is, this one is provisional IOPS, number of input output actions per second, number of read and write operation, number of customer in and customer out, number of customer in and customer out operation, that is called read and write. Obviously, the performance will be very high. If you choose this provisional IOPS, obviously the performance will be very high. And if the performance is very high, obviously the cost is also very high. If the performance is very high, obviously the cost is also very high. Now I will go here. If I choose general purpose SSD, if I choose general purpose SSD, it is showing 3 IOPS per GB. It is showing 3 IOPS per GB. 3 IOPS per GB. For 1 GB. 3 IOPS, input output per second. It is called IOPS. IOPS is nothing but input output per second. That is called IOPS. You don't need to worry about what is IOPS and all. IOPS is nothing but it is an input output per second. That is called IOPS. Okay. It is supporting 3 IOPS per 1 GB. It is supporting 3 IOPS per 1 GB. 1 GB, like for 1 GB, we can do 3 input output operation. For 1 GB, we can do 3 input output operation. See here, if I choose 100 over here, if I choose 100 over, for example, see here. So your maximum is 3000. What happened here? Your maximum IOPS is 3000. See here, you cannot exit the 3000. Your maximum is 3000. So now suddenly the customer comes in. Here, if you are using 300 IOPS, if you are using 300 IOPS, so from this 3000, 300 will be reduced. From this 3000, 300 will be reduced. Now 2700 only you have. Now 2700 only you have. Then if again, if there is sudden increase, so if they use 1000 IOPS, again 2700 minus 1000, you will get only 1700 IOPS. So then finally we won't get anything, right? Next time it may, if we get 2000 IOPS, so finally everything will be like automatically over, right? So 3000 will be easily gone. So what they have done, they have introduced one concept called refill concept. They have introduced one concept called refill IOPS concept. So it will automatically refill. It will automatically refill. For example, if suddenly 100 customers or 1000 customers comes in, that time it will reduce 3000 minus 1000 equal to 2000 IOPS. Sudden, within a fraction of a second, for next operation, it will again refill to 3000. For next operation or next customer hit, it will immediately refill to 3000. It will immediately refill to 3000. Maximum it can accept per second, it can accept 3000 IOPS. Maximum per second, it can accept 3000 IOPS. More than 3000, it is not possible. More than 3000, it is not possible. And again, so that we can, if suddenly customers comes in again, immediately it will refill to 3000. Immediately it will refill to 3000. So that is IOPS. That is IOPS. So what, see here, if I choose, for example, if I choose, maybe I will choose provisional IOPS. See here, minimum 4 GB you need to choose. For example, minimum 4 GB you need to choose. Maximum you can choose 16 GB. Maximum you can choose 16,000 GB. 16,000 GB. For example, if I put 100 over here, here it is 50 IOPS per GB. For general purpose, it is 3 IOPS only per GB. For provisional IOPS, it is 50 IOPS per GB. It is 50 IOPS per GB. For 1 GB, you will be getting 50 input-output operation. For 1 GB of storage, you can have 50 input-output operation. You can create a 50 input-output operation. So this is called general purpose and this is the provisional IOPS. Provisional IOPS, obviously the performance will be high, but the cost is also very much high. So what I will do, I'll create one volume. If you go and either if you search EBS, under the feature, you can find the volumes. Or if you go and create and search for volumes, you can directly find the volumes under the feature. Anything it is same. If you search for EBS also, it will be listed. If you directly search for volumes also, this will be listed. So click on this. Before that, we can create one EC2. Before that, we can create one EC2 instance. And we'll go here. Click on launch the instance. And just name the machine as web server. Maybe or any machine or web server or Linux machine, anything you can give. Maybe I'll choose the previous version. So as of now, I'm just choosing this t2.micro instance. And keeper, it is recommended to create one keeper, but as of now, I'm not going to create. But it is not recommended for practice purpose. I'm proceeding without a keeper. Rest, I don't have any changes. See here, under the configuration storage, it is a default EBS storage. It is a default EBS storage. Do not disturb as of now. I'm just clicking on launch the instance. Not disturbing. I'm just clicking on launch the instance. So make sure it is running. Make sure it is in the running state. I'm just refreshing this. Refresh. Wait till it's getting running mode. Okay, it has been started running. Now go to your volumes. If you want to see, just click on here. If you go to storage, scroll down. If you don't see here, only 8 GB volume is as of now it has been created. That is the default volume which we have got. While we create our instance, we have got this volume 8 GB of volume or 8 GB of hard disk. Now I'm going to create one external hard disk, which is external EBS. Now I'm going to create one external volume, which is an external EBS. Now I'm just clicking on this. We'll go for volume. So I just click on this volumes. Click on this volumes. Go to create a volume. See here, already this is here default volume. It has been listed over here. The volume which has been got from while we create an EC2. This is my default storage. This is your machine's default storage, which is an 8 GB. So if you delete your instance, this volume will be deleted. That is what I have said. It is tightly coupled. If anything happens to your machine, this 8 GB also will be deleted. That is what it is tightly coupled. So that is what it is not reliable. So this 8 GB I have got while creating this instance, it has been automatically comes under the volume storage. Now what I will do, I will create one external volume. I'll create one external volume. Maybe I'll just choose general purpose SSD itself and make sure. Okay, what I will do, I'm not going to do any changes. Click on create a volume. Click on create a volume. Maybe I'll just name it as, external storage, external hard disk or any external storage. Maybe it is your pen drive or external hard disk. Okay, now I have created. As of now, I have bought 100 GB. As of now, I have bought 100 GB hard disk. External hard disk I have bought. I have bought 100 GB external hard disk I have bought. Okay. But still I haven't connected to my EC2, right? Still we haven't connected to our machine. We have just bought from the like a store or any online retailer. We have bought on external hard disk or external pen drive. I am still not connected to my EC2 machine or it is not connected to any laptops. So I need to connect. For that, select the volume which you have created. Just click on this. Go to actions. There is an option called one minute. Let it create. Okay. Okay. It will be changed to available state. It will be changed to available. It is using, it is in use state because EC2 already it is using this. But just now we have bought this. So it is in the available state. Anyone can use it. That is what it denotes. So click on this. I just go for attach a volume. Go to attach a volume. So see here, there is no matching or running or stopped instances in AP South 1A. In AP South 1A, there is no instance. We have created an instance, right? But why it is not displaying over here? I have created one instance, but that instance should be displayed. If I try to refresh also, instance is not displayed. Then what might be the error? So if you read this error message, you can identify one error message. You can identify the error. Is any idea why it is not showing here by reading this error message?
Because it didn't stop the instance already running.
No, it is saying either running or stopped only it is asking. No matching, running or stopped instance. Either it should run or it should be stopped. But see here, it is showing AP South 1A. It is only searching in AP South 1A because we have created a volume in the availability zone AP South 1A. But the instance you have created, right? Go here. The instance you have created under the location of AP South 1B. See here, it is AP South 1B. It is AP South 1B. Here comes the restriction for EBS. EBS restriction. The first restriction is this. So the first restriction is we cannot connect. The first restriction is, so the volume which we are creating, volume which we are creating, the volume which we are creating should not be shared to other regions, should not be shared to other regions. You cannot share the volumes to the other region. If you are buying your external hard disk in Hyderabad, only you can use that external hard disk in the Hyderabad region. You cannot even share to Chennai as well. So that is the same concept here. If you are creating under the Mumbai region, you can only patch or you can attach the volume to the instance which is created only in the Mumbai region. You cannot attach the volume to the another region instance. You cannot attach the volume to the another region instance. Okay. Next. What happened here? So what I need to do? I need to create a volume under the availability zone, which is AP South 1B. Under 1B, I need to create. Under 1B, I need to create. For example, what I will do, I'll just delete this volume. What I will do, I'll just delete this volume. There's no other option for me. I need to delete it because no use here. So I'm just deleting it. Maybe instead of region, I can just pass availability zone. It cannot be shared even to availability zone. If you are not able to, maybe I can give both. If you're not able to share within an availability zone, you cannot be able to share outside the region as well, right? You cannot be able to share outside the region as well. So what I will do, I'll click on again, create a volume. I'll click on create an volume. Maybe I'll just limit as 4. I don't want 100 GB and all. I just need additionally 4 GB of thing. So here there is one option called availability zone. Here there is an option called availability zone. Under this, select your availability zone. In Mumbai, we have 3 availability zones: 1A, 1B, and 1C. 1A, 1B, and 1C. You just select the availability zone which has been selected while creating an instance. See here, my running instance is under the availability zone of AP South 1B. Under the Mumbai, it is an availability zone AP South 1B. So I have created, and then I'm just clicking on create this one. I'm just clicking on create a volume. So I will also name this volume as well. Maybe this is my external storage. Maybe this is my external storage. Now I have bought one new external storage. Now I have bought one new external storage. I'll just refresh till it has become available. Okay, it has been changed to available. See here, now both the availability zones are same. Now both the availability zones are same. Go here, click on actions, click on attach a volume, click on attach a volume. Now if we search for the drop down, see here, it is showing. See here, the instance which we have created, right? It is showing over here. So automatically one device name will be attached. No need to touch anything. So click on attach a volume. Click on attach a volume. If I go here now, see here, both are in use. If I go here now, both are in a state of in use. Both are in a state of in use, which means both has been allocated to the EC2 instance. Which means both hard disk has been allocated. The default storage as well as the external storage has been allocated to my EC2 instance. If we go here and refresh your EC2, so if I click on this EC2, maybe if I click on this EC2, if we go under the storage, now see, you can able to see both 8 GB as well as 4 GB. Now you can able to see both 8 GB as well as the 4 GB because we have attached this instance. We have attached this volume to this particular instance. We have attached the volume to this particular instance. As of now, what we have done? I'll come to this diagram later. Maybe I will, again, if you want, I can explain. So if you are choosing general purpose, so the spike will be moderate. If you are using provisional IOPS, anytime your application will spike up, often it will be like this. So often the spike will be high. So sometimes it will go high, anytime it will be going high. In this case, definitely you need to go for provisional IOPS. In this case, definitely you go for provisional IOPS. So again, I will come to this. As of now, what I have done, this is my EC2. This is my external hard disk. Under the EC2, we have one default storage, default DBS storage as well. So this is my EC2 Linux machine. This is my EC2 Linux machine. Where this EC2 and hard disk is located, under the same region only. It is in the region of Mumbai. Within the region only we can connect. So it is in the region Mumbai or Mumbai. This is my EBS default storage. It is my EBS default storage. This is my EBS external storage. This is my EBS external storage. Correct. So what we have done, we have created one external storage and we have attached to this EC2 machine as well. We have attached to this EC2 machine. Now this EC2 machine has this default storage 4 GB as well as the external storage 8 GB. Correct. So what I will do, these two are tightly coupled. We know this Linux machine and this default storage, it is tightly coupled. If anything happens to this Linux machine, it will also be deleted. This is what I have said yesterday. If anything happens to this machine, this will be deleted, but this external storage will not be deleted. So this is what I have said. I need to prove that, right? So what I will do, I will go here and I will terminate this instance. I will click on terminate. I'm going to click on terminate and click on terminates. So wait till it gets terminated. It is shutting down. Let's wait. So let it shut down. If I refresh here, see here, the default storage has been gone. The default storage has been gone. This external storage status, they have been changed to available. This external storage status changed to available. Now anyone can use this external storage. If you are creating a new instance, you can attach to that instance. But where is your default storage gone? But where is your default storage gone? It is terminated. Whenever anything happens to your machine, see here, it is terminated. If anything happens to your machine, because it is tightly coupled, by default, your default storage will be also crashed. Your default storage will be also crashed. But this external storage will not be deleted. That is the reason we have gone for this EBS. That is the reason we have first moved into this EBS concept. So if anything happens to your machine, since you have externally connected to your external storage EBS, it won't affect if anything happens to your machine. If your machine crashes or if your machine is lost, we don't need to worry. Our data is safe in EBS, external storage. Our data is safe in external storage. That is the reason we have moved into EBS. That is the reason we have moved into the topic called EBS. Guys, as of now, any doubt? Yeah.
No, Satish.
Oh, Prithvi?
No, Satish.
Oh. So I'll again continue. See here, this volume is now free. Anyone, whoever creating the instance under the same availability zone AP South B can use this external hard disk. What I will do, I'll create one more EC2. So now I just name it as my Linux machine. Let it be. I'm not going to choose any key pair. I'm just going to proceed without the key pair. Make sure. Okay. See here, under the configuration storage, the default is 8. So if you click on this AD advanced, if you click on this advanced, see here, as I said, the default 8 GB also, it is an EBS only. See here, the storage type is EBS. The default is 8. Then why it is terminating? If EC2 is terminated, why the default storage is also terminated? Is there any option? Can we make it not to delete? Can we make the external hard disk or default hard disk? What is the question is? Can we make the default storage? Can we make the default storage not to delete? Not to delete when EC2 terminates or crashes. When EC2 terminates or crashes, I don't want my default storage also should not be deleted. I don't want my default storage also should not be deleted. It is possible. Yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. Where it is possible, there is an option called delete on termination. Delete on EC2 termination. Delete this volume on EC2 termination. That is the meaning of delete on termination. Delete this volume on EC2 termination. Whenever EC2 has been terminated, you should delete this volume. If you want, you can click on no. That is not an issue. If you want, you can click on no. What I will do, I will click on launch the instance. I'll click on launch the instance. So, in which availability zone this volume has been created? If I see here, it is created under 1B only. Maybe I'll just choose running, wait till it gets running. Okay, started running. If I refresh here, yes, if I refresh here, it has been the default storage. It is my default storage. Maybe I'll name it as default storage. Maybe I'll name it as default storage. Click on save. Okay. So you can attach this volume as well. If you want, you can attach this external volume. Click on attach. Click on attach. Instance. Click your instance. Directly click on attach volume. So if you go and see now, it will be in the state of in use state. Okay. Now again, I will terminate this instance. I have created an instance, right? I'm going to terminate it again. If I click on terminate, so now I'm terminated. So let it refresh. It is shutting down. If I refresh this, see here, the default storage is not deleted. The default storage is not deleted. Wait till it gets shut down. A minute, I'll just show here. Let it shut down. Okay, it has been terminated. Now I will go and refresh. See here, the default storage also it is not deleted. The external storage also it is not deleted. Both has been changed to available state. Both has been changed to available state. If you are giving the delete on termination, yes, we can do this. We can do this under the option called delete on termination. Under this option called delete on termination, you need to choose the no option. Choose the no option, which means the default storage will not be deleted even though your EC2 has been terminated. Even though your EC2 has been terminated, this default storage will not be deleted. This default storage will not be deleted. Okay. So I will delete this volume as well. So what I will do, I'll just click on type delete, so it will delete. Delete. So I have just deleted volumes. I don't have any EC2 running. I don't have any volumes in my machine as well. I don't have any volumes as well. Okay, good. I don't have any instance running. So what I will do, I'll create one more instance. So click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. Maybe I'll just again give it as my Linux machine. Just give it as my Linux machine. So I'm not going to do any changes. Proceed without a keypad. Under this configuration detail, if you click on advanced, as we know already, there will be a default AGP EBS storage. The delete on termination, let it be yes itself. If you want, you can add a volume here itself. You can add the volume here itself. Maybe what I will do, I'll just add one 16 GB volume here. I create one 16 GB volume over here. Delete on termination, I'm not going to give because it should not delete on the termination. So directly you can click on launch the instance. Directly you can click on launch the instance. Okay, I have launched the instance. So let it change to pending. It is in pending state. I just refresh. Just refresh. Let it change to running. So it has been running. So if I go here, see here, two volume has been created. One is 8 GB, another one is the additional volume which I have added. The additional volume which I have added. Additional volume which I have added. You can name it as external storage. This one as a default storage. You can name this one as an external storage and this one as a default storage. Why I am showing this? You don't need to come here and create a volume. You can even create a volume while creating an instance itself. You can even create a volume while creating an instance itself. So you can add a volume over there and then you can name it over here like external hard disk or external storage or default storage or not. So anyway, you can create. If you want, you can come and search for volumes and click on create a volume. Then you need to attach, or while creating an instance itself, you can create an external volume. Or while creating an instance itself, we can create this external volume as well. External volume as well. Now again, I will terminate. What I have given while creating, the default storage should be terminated. The external storage, the additional volume adds which I have added, it should not terminate. Let's see whether it is working as expected or not. Maybe I'll just refresh. It is shutting down. Okay, it has been terminated. Now I will go and refresh. See here, the default storage 8 GB has been deleted. Only the 16 GB, the additional volume which I have added, it has been changed to available state. It has been changed to available state. It has been changed to available state. Is any doubt in this EBS till now?
No, sir.
Can you explain overall once again?
Okay.
That last part only.
So if you are creating a launch instance, under the configuration storage part, if you click on this advanced, there will be one default 8 GB hard disk. There will be one default 8 GB EBS hard disk. If you want, you can create a volume here itself. Or you can also go and create here. What is the additional step? Once after creating, you need to attach to this particular instance. You need to attach to the particular instance. If you don't want this and all, I don't have time to create a volume manually. I'm going to create here itself. If you click on the add new volume, you can create that external storage here itself. You can create that external storage here itself so that it will be reflected over here. So you don't want to click on create a volume, then after creating, don't want to get attached. Then after you need to select an instance, then only you can be able to attach to the instance. If you are creating here, automatically it will attach to your instance because we are adding the volume while creating instance only. So it will be automatically attached. So you can even select here like 18 GB or 100 GB and you can click on the launch instance. Two volumes will be created. See here, the volume 1, it is a default. Volume 2 is we are adding one more volume, additional volume, which we are adding while creating an instance. Is that fine?
Yes, Satish.
Okay. So, as of now, we have seen one restriction in EBS. We are going to move out of EBS as well. Next topic is EFS. But why we are moving into EFS, that and all we are going to see. As of now, we have seen one restriction. As of now, we have seen one restriction. So what is the restriction is? So what I
You
will
can't
do,
you can't connect the instance which is in another region.
yeah, outside the
available.
availability zone. Outside the availability zone, we cannot connect. So what is the thing? So what I will explain again. Maybe this is my region. So this is your region. Under this region, under this Mumbai region, there are three availability zones. This is your availability zone 1, this is your availability zone 2, and this is your availability zone 3. Under the Mumbai region, we have three availability zones. This is my region, and this is the Mumbai region. This is the Mumbai region. Maybe I'll just name it as availability zone 1, is availability zone 2, and it is availability zone 3. Availability zone. Now, I have created one EC2 instance. I have created one EC2 instance in the availability zone 1. In the availability zone 1. Maybe this is my EC2. This is my EC2. Under this EC2, there is one default EBS storage. This is your default EBS. It will automatically come while creating your, maybe I'll just mark DEBS, which is your default EBS, which is your default EBS. So if you create an external volume in availability zone 2 and availability zone 3, you cannot attach here. You cannot attach to this instance. What you need to do? You need to create an EBS inside this availability zone only. You need to create this EBS inside this availability zone only, which is an external EBS. It's nothing but it is an external EBS. So inside this only you can create. Inside this only you can create. Outside the availability zone, even though you are in the Mumbai region, it won't support connecting outside the availability zone. So your hard disk, the external EBS also should be same as the availability zone while you create an EC2 instance. If your EC2 instance is AP South 1A, your external EBS also should be in AP South 1A. If your EC2 is AP South 1B, your external also will be in the AP South 1B. Which means if you are creating an EC2 in availability zone, your external storage also should be created in availability zone 2. If you are creating an EC2 in availability zone 3, your external storage also should be created in availability zone 3. You cannot connect outside the availability zones. You cannot connect outside the availability zone. Even if you are not able to connect with your availability zone, then it is not surely possible in order to connect outside the region as well. You cannot connect outside the region. Like there is no possibility to connect within a region itself. Then how can we connect outside the region? Within a region itself, it is not possible. Then it is not possible to connect outside the Mumbai region as well. This is my first restriction. Okay. The volume which we are creating should not be shared to other availability zones or other region as well. Good. So this we clear, right? This one we clear, right?
Yes, yes, Satish.
Yes, Satish.
Now the next restriction. There are two restrictions here. The next restriction, what is the thing is, what I will do, I will create two instances now. What I will do, I will create two instances. Maybe this is my Linux machine. My Linux machine. Maybe it is a like thing, and I'm not going to select any keeper. I'm not going to change any configuration changes and all. So let it be. But I'm going to create two machines. I'm going to create two machines now. So click on launch the instance. So click on launch the instance. Now go to your instances. Go to your instances. So maybe I'll just rename it as which one is terminated. Okay. There are two machines which is in pending state. Let it run first. I'll change the name. So both are running. I'll just filter by only running. So this is my Linux machine. Maybe my L1, L machine 2. So I'll just name it as, this is Linux machine 1, LM1. LM1. So this is my Linux machine 1 and Linux machine 2. Let me check the availability zone. Both are under 1B only. Both are under the same availability zones. Both are under the same availability zones. What I will do, I'll create one volume here. I'll create a volume over here. Maybe I need only 4 GB of volume. So I am just selected South 1B because I can select within an availability zone only. So if I click on create a volume, your volume will be created. Good. Your volume will be created. Maybe I'll just mark it as it is your C, which one I need to choose correctly. So if I go for LM1 under the storage, so BCEA, it is LM1. BCEA, it is LM1. So maybe I'll just mark it as LM1 default storage. LM1 default storage. Linux machine 1 default storage. Obviously, it will be Linux machine 2 default storage. It will be Linux machine 2 default storage. Okay. So obviously, it is my external storage. It is my external storage. Now I need to attach this external storage. Which is in the available state. I go for actions, click on attach volume, Now there are two instances running. I need to share this volume to two instances. I need to share this volume which is running under the same availability zone. That is why it is listing two options, which is Linux machine 1 and Linux machine 2. But I can only able to select only one instance. But I need to select two. See here, I can able to select only one instance. It is showing only one instance in the same availability zone as the selected volume. Only you can select. You cannot share the same volume to the multiple instance. That is here next restriction. We cannot share the volume. To the multiple EC2 instances. We can connect either one of the machines only. At the same time, I cannot attach to multiple machines. See here, it has been connected and it is in use. So it has been connected to machine 2. See here, it has been connected to machine 2. You cannot attach this volume to an LNP. If you want, you need to create one more volume, and then you can attach to LM1, Linux machine 1. But for one volume, you cannot attach to multiple EC2. One volume, you can attach to only one EC2 instance. That is my next restriction. So there are two restrictions. The volume which we are creating should not be shared to, or cannot be shared. Not should not, it cannot be shared. Cannot be shared to other availability zones as well. And again, we cannot share the volume to the multiple EC2 as well. We cannot share the volume to multiple EC2. For example, let's take another example. Under this availability zone 2, there are two machines. This is EC2 1 and this is EC2 2. I have my external storage. Maybe I'll just name it as EC2, maybe LM1. This is my Linux machine 1. And this is here Linux machine 2. This is here EBS. This is here external share volume. So you cannot attach this volume to two machines simultaneously parallelly. Any one machines only you can access. Any one machines only you can share. Even though if you are within the same availability zone, EBS we cannot connect to the multiple instances. Either we can connect to Linux machine 1 or either we can connect to Linux machine 2. At the same time, I cannot connect to both the machines. So this is my second restriction. Clear in this? Nice, clear in this?
Yes,
Yes.
Satish.
Remember this two restriction. We are going to overcome this. Remember this two restriction. We are going to overcome this. So let it be. Tomorrow I'll again come to this restriction while starting the next EFS service. Before that, I'm going to go on topic called snapshot. Before that, I'm going to go on topic called snapshot. Snapshot is nothing but it is a backup. snapshot in the normal term, it is nothing but your backup. Hey, have you taken your snapshot for the mobile pics or any messages you have? Yeah, which means they are like determining or they are meaning the messages or the backup. If someone asks you, have you taken the snapshot for your messages or have you taken the snapshot for the images which you have in your mobile? Which means they are asking about the backup. Which means they are asking about the backup. Snapshot is nothing but it is your backup. Here it is your backup of EBS. Here it is your backup of EBS. We know this EBS is safe. We know this EBS is safe. That is the for security and safe only. We are going to this EBS. Instead of default storage, I'm going to this external storage because of safe. But there might be some possible situation. This availability zone, it somewhere will be located in Mumbai. If any flood or any earthquake happen or any other natural calamities happen or any other shutdown, the entire city has been shut down, any power issues, even the external EBS also will be losing the connection to us, right? If we lose the connection to EBS also, anyway, it is a physical place only. Anything might happen to any time. Anything might happen at any time. We are not sure what will happen on that. As of now, because of default storage, we are moving into external storage for the data security and safe only. But if anything happens over here, if anything happens to the external EBS also, we can create a backup as well. We can create a backup. So in WhatsApp, for example, we have a WhatsApp. For example, we have a WhatsApp. In this WhatsApp, so we have an option called backup now. Maybe I'll show you here. WhatsApp backup. Should go here. See here. There is one option called backup to Google Drive. There is one option called backup, which means it will be backing up immediately. If you click on this button, it will start the backup immediately. If you click on this button, the backup will be started immediately. What will happen? Even though if you are, for example, tomorrow if you are going to buy a new mobile, or else I have bought the new mobile. Now I have two mobiles. What I need to do, I need to shift all the messages to my new mobile. I need to shift all the WhatsApp messages, chats and groups, everything to the new mobile. What I need to do, I need to immediately click on backup so that all my messages should be stored in the Google Drive. All my messages should be backed up in the Google Drive. Now what I will do in the new mobile, I will just log in with the Google Drive credentials so that I can install the WhatsApp and I can retrieve all the messages and chats over here. So that is a backup. So here also there are two types of backup. One is manual backup and second one is automatic backup. In WhatsApp also we have manual backup and second one is automatic backup. See here. If you click on this backup button, it is a manual. You are manually backing up whenever you want. You are manually clicking on backup button whenever you want. For example, now I need to shift to my new mobile. I need to shift all the messages to my new mobile. Now I am clicking backup, which is a manual backup. Or you can even schedule, right? See here. Daily you can schedule. Weekly once you can schedule. Monthly once backup you can schedule. Never, you can even, you don't want to create a backup itself, you can also say. Only when I tap backup, only when I do a manual backup, only you need to backup. You should not do any automatic backup and all. Also, we can choose this as well. So if you are choosing daily, it will automatically back up daily, whatever time you are giving, it will start backing up. Early morning 2 a.m. it will back up. My WhatsApp every day morning 2 a.m. it will start backing up. It will start backing up. You can even set for weekly once backup. You can even set for monthly once backup. You don't want to click backup now at that time. It will automatically start the backup. Agree? It will automatically start the backup. So we know this, right? So this is, you are clear about this WhatsApp backup, right?
Clear, Satish.
Okay. So the same concept we are having in this EBS. The same concept we are having in this EBS, which is manual snapshot, which is a manual backup. The same thing we also have for the automatic snapshot or automatic backup. automatic snapshot or automatic backup. So this one we are going to click on manual snapshot. We are going to click on manual snapshot. This one only we will, maybe it is a snapshot. It normally called as default snapshot. This one we will call as life cycle because it is going to routinely do its work. We are not going to, only once I am going to set up entire life cycle, it is going to cover. I am not going to do any changes further. It is called as life cycle manager. This feature will be called as life cycle manager. Life cycle manager. So I will create only manual snapshot today. Tomorrow I will show how to create something. See here, if you click on this, I'm going to manually backup now. If you click on this, go to actions. There is one option called create snapshot. There is one option called create snapshot. See, this is my external storage. These two are Linux machine 1 default storage. It is Linux machine 2 default storage. If I click on this external storage, go to actions, click on create a snapshot. Click on create a snapshot. So maybe description I'll add. This is the manual backup. This is my manual backup. So next I'll just click on create a snapshot. So if you want, you can see the snapshots created. If you scroll down, there is an option called snapshot. If you scroll down, there is an option called snapshot. Under the snapshot, see here, we have created one snapshot. Under this snapshot, we have got one backup. We have got one backup. So this is a one-time backup. This is the one-time backup. At that time, what and all the data is available in that storage will be backed up. Will be created one backup. So even if I add one more data in that EC2 or EBS now, we cannot see in this backup because we have created this backup only at this time, which is 1827. We have created this backup only at this time, which is 1827. That is only 1 minute. So it is the manual backup. It is the manual backup which has been created. It is the manual backup which has been created. So what and all data available in that particular time, it will be backed up. What and all data which is available in that particular time, it will be in that backup. If you add after 1828, which means 628, if you add any data, that will not be available in this backup because I have clicked on backup now at like 627 only. I have clicked on click backup at 627 only. So we will not be getting any backup after if you have added any files as. If you add any images, we won't be able to see after that. So this is manual backup. This is manual backup. Tomorrow we will see how to create an automatic backup as well. How to create an automatic backup. Guys, if you any doubts, let me know, or if else we can create tomorrow. We can connect tomorrow.
No doubt, Satish.
No doubt, Satish.
Okay, let's connect tomorrow.
Okay.
You have time practice again.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.